Recording 10. Good evening, everyone. As many of you know, I often travel for my job as a rug buyer, and this evening I've been asked to give a talk about travelling in Europe and Asia. I'll try to pass on some useful advice for those of you who are planning to travel there yourselves. At the end of my talk, I'll be happy to answer questions. My first piece of advice is to work hard on your research before you go if you want to make your trip enjoyable and rewarding. I plan my trips very carefully for at least 3 months before I leave, reading about the places I am going to visit on the internet and in books. I had a very memorable trip recently, starting out in Morocco. The city of Marrakesh is an absolutely amazing place to visit and well worth adding to your itinerary. Try to stay near the old part of the city. There are so many historical buildings and so much to see. The mosques in particular are very beautiful. After leaving Morocco, I took a long, tiring boat ride to Turkey. It was well worth the trip, especially if you like local crafts. I bought a beautiful Turkish carpet in one of the villages while I was there. The man that sold it to me spoke very good English, and he told me all about the different styles of carpet. I was fascinated to see the extraordinary range of patterns. I left the small mountain villages of Turkey to travel to the huge, crowded cities of India. India is a fascinating country, and I have always enjoyed my visits there. Everywhere you go, the people are very welcoming and friendly towards visitors. They always seem pleased to see you. It's easy to see why India is such a popular destination for travellers. One of the highlights for me on this visit was the Gujarati Textile Museum. It was the first time I had been there. If you are interested in textiles, this museum is really impressive, with lots of information and some absolutely stunning examples of Indian silk embroidery and other fabrics. If you're interested in seeing wildlife, I recommend travelling in the more remote areas of the country. I was amazed at the variety of wonderful animals which I saw on my trip, and the most incredible colourful birds with vivid blue and green feathers. I also saw several poisonous spiders, although I have to say that I found the insects rather frightening.